All right, folks, storm update from the homestead, and that's more frost and ice than it is gray, believe it or not. This is pretty bad today. All right, so the pigs, they're doing good. I just fed them. They come out. They're all nested up, and I'm wearing gloves. I'm about to half afraid to take my daggone gloves off because it's cold out here. It is below zero. The wind is still kicking up at over 40 degrees or over 40 miles an hour. Hard talk out here. um, The little boar, he's fine. He's all tucked in. I just fed and got some water to him. A great thing is the rabbit cages. So they're in their little shelter in there, and I just got tarps up around it. So it's not like they're blocked from the wind, but they still have full temperature effect in there. And they're not bad. I mean, they're good to like, I think below 15. But the pig water, it's still not frozen. And I was able to get some water out to Boris just in a bigger bowl out there for him that I used to water him in because the big barrel water is frozen up. So he's got water. The chicken's water is froze, but I pulled some water out of the water trough here from the pigs and took in there to them because you don't want to put a heated water source inside a coop with chickens, especially when it's this cold like this, because it'll create humidity and you can cause them to get frostbite like on their toes and on their feet and stuff. So you don't want heated water inside a coop, especially when it's this cold. So this is, I don't know why they're calling this a once in a generation storm. Maybe it's just because the significant speed of the wind that's coming with it. But I'm thinking, if I remember right, 2014, 2015, when my wife was still working in the hospital, we were going to work one morning and it was that's ice. There was quite a bit of snow on the ground and it was negative 15. And we took the truck, and I've had that truck, it's a 2005 that I've had since 2005. And I've never experienced what we experienced that day going to work, is that the diesel started gelling in the fuel lines on the way to work. And it was starting to sputter and miss and cut out a little bit here and there. So I was lucky enough. It ain't no joke out here. It's no joke. But it was negative 15 that morning going to work, and I was able to stop at a auto parts place and get some diesel treatment to put in it, and we didn't have any further problems. But so I don't know why they're referring to this other than the wind, that it's a once in a generation type of storm. But it's not bad out here. I mean, any exposed skin is going to get frostbite really quick, and I promise you, I'm not in shorts this time. I came out earlier just check on the pigs. I was out here less than 4 minutes, and I tell you what, 6 minutes and I think I'd have had some frostbite going on. So the pigs, they've had about enough. They're climbing back in. There's one more over at the feeder, but they're going to get all settled in and tucked back in the hay there. They're doing fine. Like I said, they're showing no signs or symptoms of any issues with the weather, other than the fact that they don't want to be out in it as much as anybody else. So they'll get all hunkered in there and all cuddled up and they'll be good. So there has been a neighboring town, a town across the hill there. They've had some issues with natural gas because it's so cold. From what somebody said, that they increase air pressure in the gas lines to decrease BTUs and increase gas usage. If they're doing that, that's criminal, okay? But evidently the lines froze, and there was people who didn't have natural gas, because the lines were freezing. And I've never heard of natural gas lines freezing in West Virginia. Not that it hasn't happened. I've never heard of it around here. So if it is true that they are forcing air in with the natural gas to decrease BTUs and increase natural gas usage, then that company should be held liable, and they should face criminal charges for that. So there are a lot of people who went without gas for a while, and some people's furnaces still wouldn't start because there wasn't enough gas pressure in the line to ignite their furnaces and stuff. So I hope somebody pushes that issue. It hasn't affected us, thank goodness. Like I said, I've had the wood stove going all day. It's a nice toasty 70 degrees all throughout my house. I did raise the furnace temperature up to 70 just to match that. That way it doesn't get any colder than that, and we don't have to try to reheat. But anyways, I'm sitting here gabbing, and it's cold as blue blazes out here. And yes, it is absolutely still a 2 belly button day out here. So God bless anybody out working in this stuff, anybody out doing public utilities, EMS, fire, police officers, all you guys. Been there, buddy. Been there, done that. Blizzard of 93, blizzard of 2003. I was right there with you, so I understand. And not to mention that the times that we got activated for guard duty during some blizzards and stuff like that through those years. So y'all got my respect. Thank you very much for what you do. Folks, if this hasn't woken you up and you're suffering because of this storm, or you're doing without because of this storm, all I'm going to tell you again is get prepared and stay prepared. You have to do it, because even though we had plenty of warning for this, you can't get infrastructure in place in time to offset what the effects of this has been. So, all right, I'm getting more gray here. Ow, that's all frozen. I'm stuck into my hoodie. All right, we're good. I'm out. I'm going back inside. Yeah, so the rabbits, the water warmers, listen, if you're going to get animals, spend the extra money up front for the water warmers to keep everything from freezing. If I wouldn't have spent the extra money on those warmed water bottles for the rabbits, I'd have had a bunch of busted bottles, and I'd have been trying to figure out a way to get water into my rabbits and keep it from freezing. Not a bit of ice in it. Perfect. Out here in the elements, in the exposed, in the freaking 40-degree wind gusts. Not frozen. That's going to save you a lot of work, a lot of headache, and a lot of potential for harm to your animals in the future should weather events like this happen. So get your butts in line, get your butts in order if you got animals and you're dealing with frozen water and stuff. I know times are tough. I know things are a lot more expensive, but get that extra money up there at front and get that stuff taken care of. Yes, get in there and get cuddled in there. It's still cold. All right, guys, that's it. Stay safe, please. Thank you to everyone out working in this, making sure people have utilities, making sure everybody's services are returned, and take care. God bless.